now, on to Vlad the Younger. See what he has to say. I'll continue to cut through the step. As you can see at the top right, our reputation bar isn't there anymore, which means essentially we've worked off the direness of our rep. It isn't completely full, but when it shows up, that's pretty much your warning that it's starting to make consequences. Once it's vanished, it means you're in the green. That actually startled me. I hit shift because I was trying to sprint. Just don't even mention it. And the sound of the flip genuinely, like, made me jump. I'm not a baby, I swear. Now, Beb. Kids, I want the powder. I don't even know if I can afford it, but I want to test my luck. Powers that be. Oh. Yeah. Look at this girl's face. I think I'm gonna stockpile children's stuff for a while. I don't terribly need bullets today. And I can deal with the thugs tonight with the knife. It's probably how I'm gonna top off my reputation. Pretend to be a knockoff Batman and get everybody to love me. With more murder, which people happen to not mind. You just have to brutally murder the right people. You see? That's how it works. Alright, Vlad the Younger. I'm stupid. Sometimes I just blank out while walking in this game. There really isn't anything else for you to do but just think. Blank out and think. Also, this is one of those spots that can spawn Tuiren. Have you noticed that a bunch of these all look like Tuiren, and that you don't know where the fuck the goddamn Tuiren is? Yeah, well, oh, I picked it up accidentally. There we go. Yeah, sometimes just spamming the interact key will get you it. But that's kind of the pain of Twire picking. It all uses the same assets, and one of them just so happens to be the pickable one. Sometimes it's obvious because it's like in a really weird spot, but sometimes it's just marked right next to a bunch of flowers that all look the same, except only one can be picked up. Hi. I know who stands before me. You're Artemy Burak, aren't you? How lucky. You're helping to gain your support. Well, that depends. Our family has big plans. The first of them has to do with your deceased father's inheritance. Hopefully your plans concur with mine.
We promise according to our hopes. We perform according to our fears.
So Isidore has left you an inheritance. Questionable stroke of luck. He wasn't rich, I believe. Downright poor, I'd say, but it has nothing to do with my luck. I didn't mean the money. Knowing your esteemed father, I dare suggest that there's something else in his inheritance. It is a Burak's legacy, after all. The family's ritualistic tradition implies mostly something of a less materialistic nature, doesn't it? How do you know that? It's a very small town. Get used to it. Except for those secrets that can cost someone their life. None remain secret for long. Something always seeps through. However, the traditions of the steppe are kept under lock and key more firmly than others. Good to hear. Speaking of tradition, I'm always marveled at your Burak's faithfulness to your duty. It seems to be sacred for all of you, especially when it has to do with debts. Why none? A wise man would never allow his dead to have outstanding debts. True, if that ever happens, this warden's kin is stripped of their right to possess secret knowledge. Haruspex whose conscience is guilty is no longer a Haruspex. That's what I've been told. Exactly. You're not an expert on the local traditions, though, are you? Even though you come from a native family, you were taken away when you were very young. Seem to know more than I do. How come? I'm just keen on the local lore. I mean, my father's personal circumstances. How do you know what his inheritance contains? A simple analysis leads me to believe that you'll inherit something else, along with priceless knowledge, unique potions, and material possessions, of course. An obligation. A terrible one. What kind of obligation? A risky obligation. A dangerous one. So if I were you, I would think twice before accepting that inheritance. Even though you're in a dire situation, you may find there's a venomous snake in that precious chest. Do you mean it? In all sincerity? Of course I do. I am the heir to the richest family in the area. I have little to nothing to gain in this matter. It's just sympathy. Came here expecting wealth, but you'll only get troubles instead. Do you know something that I don't, Master Vlad? Only that this burden broke your father's back the day before. I don't believe in this man-eater woman. I simply don't. I've heard that he'd given an oath. An oath he swore on the honor of his family. That means on your honor as well. That was why he had called upon you, not because he was about to die. Do you know that for sure? No. These are simply my fragmentary observations. I'm quite observant, you know. The following analysis that allows to wrap it all up into a single logical picture. This is my version of what happened. I commend your principles and courage, but I also feel sorry for you. Think about it. I thank you, but I have made up my mind already. So it was an obligation. And by accepting our inheritance, the obligation is lent to us. I am in no position to... Well, I suppose I am allowed to deny, but... we'll have to see. Hey, kid. Yeah, just like the Bachelor's route, you can get, sort of general info on an area. Seems like the, Haruspex is more interested in the Earth District, while I saw the Bachelor questioning a lot more about the, Stoneyard and Knots districts. Now, we hope the Bachelor does not slaughter me. Hello, Ava.
He will find Simon's murderer. It's a matter of honor for the Kynes.
You have wolf's eyes. Stop giving me that look. Is that a compliment? No, your gaze is terrifying. Yes, I am on the edge because of you all.
My bedroom is warmer than this place.
Why? Are you scared? Don't you dare come near me. I'll scream. Why? Are you scared of me? Very much so. Thought the Bachelor was staying here. Yes, he is. Well, then he'll protect you if anything goes wrong. Door's locked, ma'am.
He will find Simon's murderer. It's
Is
a matter of honor for the Kynes.
Is the Bachelor in? No, he's not. Be back after 6 or even later. You're lying, woman. He's upstairs. Even if he is, you're not welcome here until 6 o'clock. How about I just break in? Well, the people didn't like that one. They got some kind of update. Yeah, 6 o'clock. How much? I didn't lose much, rep, did I? Let me try and find the menu for it. I don't know where the menu for it is. So, we have... Where's the status screen? Alright, let me find the binding for it, because that's kind of important. Character status. Let's put it to G. Reputation didn't go down much at all. So we have an hour and a half. What to do until then? Alright. Shabnak business. Run, white woman, run. Yeah, we've done all of our side quests. Yeah, I should head... Shut up, crying psychic baby. Let's head back to our house then. Yeah, I didn't notice any indication pop up, but I probably should have been reading the notes. One second, my cat wants to be let in. Coming in, kitty. Good. Back to the game. Time passes before me. Always prioritize the trash cans. Don't look at me, lady. This isn't pretty. What about you, Pumpkin? Do you have a shroud? No. Really quickly, I'm going to see if I can talk to them. I'm specifically checking for powders because I got hazelnuts earlier as a random drop. And, they're worth 3, so maybe I can actually scrape one. If any of the girls actually sold one after 2 taunted me. Please stop beating up on the poor woman. This doesn't have to end up like Detroit. Wait a second. If they killed these people, do I get to loot their corpses for stuff? That's incredibly dark of me to say, but now I'm genuinely curious if I can actually abuse this day for free organs. The men don't beat up on the little girls though, just the adult women. Like this lady. Well, they don't seem too interested in her. Scenic walk through the post-war Soviet house. Hi. Well, what are you looking for, mate? I'd like to go inside. No can do, the lock's pretty strong, you see, and the guys that are standing guard blocking off the termitary have taken the key away, so not possible. Blocking off the termitary? They tried to break out. A restless lot, you know. Tried to break out? Who did? None of your business, mate. Why are you here, then? We're hunting down the killer. He looked like a bull dressed in raw hide. Says the son of the poor victim man. Starting to suspect it might be you, mate. It is. I am the poor victim man's son. And combat. And my knife is unequipped, so I just took some bad damage. Thanks for your organs, mate. What about you? Okay. Since these guys are guards, the shotgun is better suited for them. That's because I think they're faster and their reach is longer than the usual raffle. So it's gonna hurt my health more, but, should probably use some more coffee. Well, let's check out what's going on at the termitary then, so we can get a key to get inside. But first, oh yeah, I'm out of space, as you can see. That's the issue with taking these organs. You run out of space. Oh, and the Twirin takes up space too, which is great. For now, I need food. This feels right. Just stock up really hard on food. Who goes there? Freeze! Hey, you there! Swing it! Psst, be quiet! Shit. Help. Phew. Shotgun shells. Fortunately, doing that hasn't incurred any penalties on me, but they hurt. And I can't even take the key. Yeah, let's do it like this. Yeah, let's avoid trouble if we can and just head into Isidore's. Switch to the knife. Before heading back to the Bachelor, I'm probably gonna stop by the Humpback to get some medicines. Probably utilizing the blood I've gotten. To our father's house. A rat. Oh, thank fuck they aren't infected yet. Yeah, I just got shocked and thought I was about to catch the infection. Yeah, it's nothing. They just hurt you. At least on day 3. Damn, I wish I could take a screenshot of this. This is just amazing.
My knee pits itch. Is that bad?
Whoa, haven't seen you around here before. Are you a territory dweller or something? No, my name is Artemi Burak. My name is Sticky. Nice to meet you.
What?
Hey, keep your hands off me. Don't you think anything funny. I didn't come here to steal or anything. Well, so what are you doing here then? I just spent the night here. Seen so much stuff. What? What did you see? Well, nothing to write home about, really. Spent most of the time hiding inside that wardrobe. Old Isidore walked around a bit at first, then he had a bunch of visitors. Seen little, heard even less. Tell me about the little. Well, he sat there brooding for a while, rattled and fiddled with some stuff, poured some water or something. Then some really heavy came in. Isidore opened the door without asking, even though he used to always ask. The guy seemed like a stepman to me, had a harsh, low voice. A butcher, I'd say. Then it all went quiet. What do you mean? I was just sitting there for 2 hours or so, but I wasn't sleeping. Thought that he did fall asleep, though. Then I started to get out, and there he was, lying on the floor, all dead. I wasn't scared, but then I saw something that made me crawl straight back in. I didn't quite get what I saw, though. Speak up. It was dark there, you know? The light died out. It was the guards who turned it on again later. Before that, there's someone else here. Looked very much like a woman. I got a feeling that it was a woman, but the silhouette was so shapeless. Like a spirit, not a human. What are you talking about? What spirit? I'm telling you, that thing had a woman's head, but the body was crude. A lump of a body. She made no sound. As if they was gliding, not walking. When those guys came in, started stomping around, looking around. Said a steppe creature was once again in the town searching for food. A Shabnakadir. What was father doing earlier? Murky and I decided to watch him all night. After we found out he was back from the steppe, I spied after him all the way to his house and got in here. Before that, Murky had lost him at the station, near Vlad the Younger's, though. You go ask her, she's probably sleeping now in her van. Where'd they take the body? To the cemetery, perhaps. Ask Grace. But most likely has been fed to the earth. The earths come mostly from the steppe, too. You know what kind of rights they've got there. They wouldn't have the earth waiting for long. Not for a warden. Oh boy. Back to her. So back down the step, and then I talk to Murky, then I go back to the Bachelor. Just like the first day, this day is really trying to squeeze everything out of you. It's tough. Especially when you don't know where the main quest begins and the side quests end. I can get some with illegal organs. Medicine, I mean. It's tempted, though. But of course, you already knew this game was backtracking the game. So, what were you expecting? And I ain't gonna cut through it. This is a part of the experience. Hello again, Grace.
He is ruthless. That man with a snakeskin coat. He doesn't know compassion.
Grace, did you see my father, Isidore Burak, yesterday? Oh, I did. Saw him return from the steppe. You talked to him? No, but I did follow him. I followed him. He entered his house, and I felt that he was anxious, desperate even. He smelled of smoke. I didn't dare knock on the door, but peeked through the window. What'd you see? Saw him take off his warm clothes, take them outside, and burn them. Then he wiped his body with cloth, threw it on the floor, and burnt it as well. Then he got dressed and left. I followed him, tried to call out for him quietly, but he didn't hear me. He arrived at the stone yard and knocked on Simon's door. They let him in. And then I went back. Stopped by at Murky's on my way to tell her old Isidore was back. Who is Murky? A girl, an orphan, like me. She lives in a carriage and doesn't really like to talk. Thank you, Grace. Now we see Murky. Another one of our bound, and one of the characters we had no business talking to whatsoever as the Bachelor. I only met her because I wanted to show off that she even existed in the game. But now, she has become important, and we have a fucking ton of walking. Christ. I almost want to look for a Twirin to amuse myself, but I know I can't really fit anything in my pockets no longer. The Twirin in picking in Pathologic 2 was so much better than this. Well, there's one. particular, at night the Twirin would glow. They also made distinctive and extremely obnoxious noises. Here it's kind of a guessing game. Besides the sometimes where the game developers remembered that they were supposed to design a game, and they put Twirin in little cute hidden areas, like around rocks and stuff, instead of just plastered amongst this huge sprawling field with no end. Behind rocks and courtyards. Fun things to look for. Not saying this game has to be fun, because sometimes I think the agony is kind of what makes it work. But don't tell IGN I said that. They could crucify me. I like that when you're looking around for Twirin, you begin to notice all the Twirin, like, clipping into rocks and stuff. It's just funny.
A weak calf is cold midsummer, Mom used to say.
I saw you. You saw me. I live here. See this fan? Cozy.
They'll have to stitch my belly back together.
You're so big. Murky, tell me, did you go to my father, to Isidore, yesterday? I did. Grace invited me too. When? That night. So you didn't sleep? I didn't. I rarely sleep at night. What'd you see? Saw him return home. He sat down, and I was just sitting for the longest time. Didn't move. Fell asleep, most likely. And I come back here. Saw you arrive. What, you saw me get off the train? Saw you get into a fight, too. Then I hid myself and fell asleep. So you came back for my father, and then I arrived. Has a lot of time passed between those two events? Yes. I had enough time to prepare the mousetrap. Will you tell me what you've just told me to anyone else if I bring them here? I will. Thank you, Murky. Nothing else to get out of her. What does the main quest say? It seems like I've already talked to Notkin and Grace about it. I'm going to see Notkin again. If not, I'm going to take a trip to the Bachelor and see if that's my next step. If it isn't, then the stay ends in a game over, not with someone's death. And, that's gonna be frustrating. And it'll pad out this episode even longer. Oh. Speaking of episodes, it's already gonna be multiple episodes in But I want to split up these recordings into blocks that make more sense, instead of being a whole fat day, because, let's be honest, it's ridiculous to watch that much with me going silent for so much time. But I kind of want to chop it up into like 45-minute blocks. And obviously, it's not going to be perfect. If I'm in the middle of a conversation, I'm going to end the episode when I stop talking about the topic. So, you know, it's not weird and contorted like that.
Where are my dear?
No. I think at this point I just have to turn myself into Dankovsky. Let me check. I guess talking to the Bachelor is my only lead. If, not, then I don't understand how this first quest is actually supposed to be completed, which is gonna suck. Maybe I should return and talk to Capella now that I've met those two, though. Sounds like a wise decision. Maybe even Vlad the Elder. I'll check both.
Who is this Bachelor really after? Can he be an inspector?
What do you think I should do now? If the Bachelor finds you before you find him, the consequences. Need I say more? First you need to find convincing arguments in your favor, so you two have something to talk about when you finally meet. Me vouching for you won't be enough. How can that be done? I do not know yet. I wonder what my daughter will say about it. She's inherited a lot from her mother, you know. She can feel the things that we cannot even imagine. Subordination is essential, true, but the girl is undoubtedly smarter than me. I'll go and talk to your daughter, which I already have.
What?
I am bleeding. Do you have a first aid kit? Ask the servants. Those who haven't scattered, that is. The panic. Panic is so devastating. Better yet, go ask my daughter, little Victoria. Alright. I was given 29 money, though. So, thank you.
What?
You know what Mom used to tell me? There's good fortune and bad fortune. When someone is touched by the bad fortune, it jumps on his neck and rides him wherever it pleases, further and further, till he shrugs it off. The further it pushes him, the longer it takes to get back on track. This is nothing new. Perhaps, but the point is that bad fortune will plant misdeeds on your path so you can commit more and more of them. Even something innocent thrown into your path by the bad fortune can turn into a truly evil deed when you're carrying it all on your shoulders. So is it on my shoulders already? It is! It is unlikely I'll manage to do a lot of good deeds, but please at least try to stay away from doing bad. I can even tell you where bad deeds await you today. Do you believe in my precognition? I do. Please tell me. Danger awaits you at the cemetery, at the warehouses, and in the steppe. I don't know what it is, but chances are you will do a lot of evil there. It's best for you not to go there at all. Do not listen to the misguided advice that claims otherwise. Well, think about it. Many good people have turned away from you. The bad ones are drawing closer, lost in the vacuum. You'll be tempted to meet their requests. Do not make that mistake. I'll try. It's a bit too late for that, hon.
There was no
So no, I don't know how to tie it all up. Well, it's time to face our executioner, I suppose. Bachelor Denkovsky, you prickly prick. Tell me how it's all gonna go down. I just want to see if I can harvest her organs after these men do terrible things. Hey girl. Hi. Brilliant. What a shit fight. I'm not even gonna bother. There he is. Tiny man himself. The guy we're playing as last time.
Sorry, but I have to get back to work.
Yes, far be it from me to call myself a person of mystical inclinations. However, when I look at you, I get the feeling that nature is playing jokes on us. It's as if both the left and the right hand have clutched the head to realize for the first time that they are parts of a single whole. I get that feeling too. Does that mean we are alike? I don't know. We can become enemies so easily, Artemi Burak, that it would be best for us to make every possible effort to stay friends until our points of view diverge irreparably. I am Bachelor Denkovsky. Do you agree with me? Better a bad peace than a good quarrel.
What a peculiar place. I didn't think there were still towns like this in the country.
So here you are. Until recently, you've been thought to have murdered Simon Kane, 15 other men whose names I'd be damned to remember, and Isidore Burak, your own father. Is that correct? 15? Yes, as time went by, the Turnskin committed more and more murders. The Turnskin whose description somehow fits your features to a T. Yeah, I know how that somehow happened. I've been hunting you all day, and just as I was about to finally catch you, I found out you're innocent of Simon's, by extension Isidore's, deaths. How do you know that? Simon died of a contagious disease. It's been firmly established. A new strain of scarlet fever or pneumonic plague, most likely. Or perhaps cholera. That means you're clear of charges, for what it's worth. And it's not worth much. I don't know about you, but being clear of suspicion is worth quite a lot to me. And even more rep.
Should I just give up?
Okay, good. I've completed the main quest. Which means I have done it. Let us sleep until 1, and then we will, see the play. Actually, I am just going to reload the save because I forgot to use my, painkillers. And I really need to heal off that health. Sorry, save scum. Oh.
Truth does not do as much good in the world as the appearance of truth does evil.
He said the line. Yeah, morphine. Yeah, look at that health rise. Now we're doing good.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Of course, I come out and immediately I want to be mugged. Too bad I am the apex predator here. So I forgot to do so, but we need to trade in organs to the Hunchback, if he's still open at this time at least. Hey, at least it's a dreary, gray, rainy night. Which, despite the negative intentions, I actually kind of prefer. I like the color gray, I like rain. It's almost coziness drabness. I got it. Come, take it. Time is of the essence. So I'm gonna give him kidneys and blood for bandages. There. That's going to be more future-proofing than anything. Their hunger is back to normal. Not as great as it could be. Or, well, hunger is pretty good, it's just we're gonna need food later. And if you all remember how day 2 goes, well, me taking control of Haruspex isn't going to change the town's reaction to the Bachelor's discovery. We can only hope it's more cholera than bubonic plague, but... Or did he say pneumonic plague? He said mnemonic, which somehow is the worst fucking plague, so that's great. Which also, I just want to mention, pneumonic plague is a funny mention because the outbreak that's going on during the recording of this video, it is lethal in the way of, for the most part, pneumonia. And pneumonic plague inflicts pneumonia on people, and pneumonia's really, really nasty. So that's swell. Coincidence that something or another. God, I am so good. World's greatest. I'll take your victim's organs too, that's how hard you failed. Fish hook. Before we do this, let us read any notes we have. Come on, where's the notes? It's N. The misunderstanding has been partially solved. Bachelor Dinkowski has managed to uncover the truth. Simon Kane fell victim to some unknown disease. Since the connection between the killings is evident, it is clear that your revered father, Isidore Burak, had died of the same cause. Your name will be cleared, if gradually. However, we'd like to warn you that the people with a certain bias are likely to deliberately ignore the facts. Then, there are the simpletons who will disregard the facts out of stupidity. Take care. Each one of the families in power will play their own game and pursue their own purpose. Always at your service, benefactors.
Today, the killer was identified. Its nature turned out to be completely unexpected.
The enemy is found and named. It's called the Sand Pest. The contagious plague is threatening to ruin everything here.
How can a killer like this be punished? How can a villain like this be struck?
He can't. It's impossible. By pulling a knife on it, you'll just cut an innocent body.
I think I should go. Nothing to be done here anyway.
You should go. Go then. Wherever you please. Shoo!
Just wanted to do my outro, mate. Christ. Okay, as I wanted to say, thank you for joining me on the first day of the Haruspex route. It's nice to be back to the step. I miss this game. So, see you all next time on the day of starvation.